Breaking: Beijing police leak shocking evidence linking Kris Wu to Yu MengLong tragedy. The entertainment world is in utter shock. In a development that is sending seismic waves through both China and international media, Beijing police have reportedly leaked explosive evidence connecting superstar Kris Wu to the tragic death of beloved actor Yu MengLong. Sources close to the investigation suggest that this evidence could rewrite the entire narrative surrounding the tragedy and implicate some of the most high-profile figures in the Chinese entertainment industry. A death that shook the nation. Yu MengLong, the charismatic actor known for his captivating roles and heartwarming performances, passed away under mysterious circumstances last year. Fans mourned the loss of a rising star, while media speculation ran rampant. Until now, most coverage focused on rumors and circumstantial details, leaving the public with more questions than answers. But the latest revelations from Beijing authorities suggest there is more to the story than anyone could have imagined. The leaked police documents reportedly contain timestamps, messages, and forensic data that tie Kris Wu, the controversial singer and actor, directly into the chain of events leading up to Yu MengLong's death. What the evidence shows. While the full contents of the leak are not yet officially released, insiders have hinted at several shocking discoveries. Communication logs. Messages recovered from encrypted devices suggest repeated interactions between Kris Wu and individuals closely connected to Yu MengLong in the weeks leading to his death. Financial transactions. Unexplained transfers that may indicate payments to suppress witnesses or silence insiders. Forensic timelines. CCTV and mobile data allegedly place Wu or his associates near key locations linked to MengLong's final hours. Experts are calling these findings the most damning evidence in a celebrity case in decades. Social media has erupted since news of the leak broke. On Weibo, hashtags like #KrisWu investigation and #Justice for Yu MengLong are trending, with millions of fans demanding answers. Some users expressed disbelief. "I can't believe this. Kris Wu. How could someone so famous be linked to MengLong's death?" Meanwhile, international media outlets are scrambling to cover the story, highlighting not only the shocking allegations but the broader implications for the Chinese entertainment industry, where celebrity scandals often intersect with legal ambiguities and media manipulation. To understand the gravity of this case, here's a rough timeline based on police leaks and insider reports. 1. Weeks before death, Yu MengLong reportedly received threatening messages and unexplained pressures from unknown parties. 2. The night of the tragedy, CCTV footage, now allegedly part of the leaked evidence, places certain individuals near MengLong's residence. 3. Aftermath, rapid cleanup of MengLong's private messages and interactions, allegedly by intermediaries linked to Kris Wu. 4. Current leak. Beijing authorities release documents that suggest deliberate tampering and cover-up attempts, now under intense public scrutiny. The alleged involvement of Kris Wu adds a politically and culturally explosive layer to the tragedy. In China, where celebrity influence is immense, any suggestion of misconduct, especially linked to death, can ignite nationwide debates about accountability, morality, and the hidden machinations of the entertainment industry. Analysts warn that this could trigger a cascade of legal investigations, potentially implicating other stars, producers, and executives who may have tried to protect Wu or obstruct justice. According to sources close to the investigation, Beijing police have recovered encrypted messages and social media exchanges that had been deleted from multiple devices. Experts analyzing the data claim these messages show a repeated contact between Kris Wu and key associates. Over a span of 3 weeks prior to Yu MengLong's death, Wu allegedly communicated with individuals connected to MengLong's inner circle. Warnings and intimidation. Some recovered texts reportedly contain subtle threats and veiled instructions, interpreted by investigators as attempts to influence or silence witnesses. Financial arrangements. Conversations suggest the transfer of large sums of money to handle situations, which authorities suspect were intended to cover tracks or prevent revelations. One insider described the tone of the messages as eerily calm yet menacing, like someone orchestrating a game behind the scenes. The leaked documents reportedly include CCTV footage from multiple locations, shedding light on Yu MengLong's final hours. Multiple sightings, Footage allegedly places certain individuals associated with Kris Wu near the actor's residence and places he visited just before his death. Airtime gaps. Investigators noticed unexplained gaps in MengLong's movements, raising suspicions about interactions that occurred off-camera. Phone location data. Combined with the CCTV evidence, mobile location logs show Kris Wu's associates moving in coordination, suggesting pre-planned activity rather than coincidence. Forensic experts examining the timeline claim it raises more questions than it answers, particularly about who knew what and when. Several unnamed insiders have reportedly spoken to authorities, hinting at a shadowy network surrounding Kris Wu. Pressure on staff. Staff members close to Yu MengLong allegedly received instructions to delete records, block contacts, or avoid certain areas. Attempted cover-up. Some insiders claim that after MengLong's death, there were coordinated attempts to remove evidence, including text messages, CCTV recordings, and witness statements. Mysterious financial flows. Whistleblowers reportedly flagged transactions that could indicate hush money or bribes intended to keep details hidden. The leaked information has exploded online. A Weibo storm. Millions of fans are dissecting screenshots of alleged messages, speculating on the connections between Wu and MengLong. International attention. Outlets from South Korea, Japan, and the United States have begun reporting, noting the potential global ramifications of this scandal. Fan theories. Online discussions suggest a deliberate plan to manipulate the public narrative and evade legal scrutiny. Legal analysts warn that these leaks, if verified, could trigger one of the biggest celebrity investigations in modern Chinese history. 1. Direct liability. If Kris Wu is proven to be involved, criminal charges ranging from coercion to obstruction of justice may be pursued. 2. Accomplices. Associates, producers, and intermediaries could also face prosecution if found complicit. 3. Civil actions. Families of victims and witnesses might pursue civil claims for damages or wrongful death settlements. According to sources, Beijing police documents include detailed records of bank transfers and digital payments between Kris Wu and several unknown intermediaries. Investigators are particularly focused on unexplained large transfers. Multiple payments totaling millions of RMB were sent to individuals allegedly connected to MengLong's inner circle in the weeks before his death. Ghost accounts. Transfers were routed through accounts registered under aliases or shell companies, raising suspicions of an attempt to cover up financial activity. Timing and coordination. Payments correspond with critical events, such as dates MengLong reportedly received threats or had private meetings with these intermediaries. Experts describe the pattern as highly unusual and suspicious, indicating the funds may have been used to suppress evidence or manipulate key witnesses. While no official motive has been confirmed, analysts and insiders speculate on potential reasons. 1. Professional rivalry. Both Yu MengLong and Kris Wu were rising stars, and some reports suggest conflicts over roles, endorsements, and influence within the entertainment industry. 2. Silencing a threat. Investigators suspect that MengLong may have witnessed or discovered information that could damage Wu or his associates. 3. Control and power. The entertainment world in China is highly competitive and sometimes ruthless. Allegedly, some of Wu's associates may have felt threatened by MengLong's growing independence and popularity. The leaks suggest that Kris Wu did not act alone. Authorities are reportedly investigating a web of associates, intermediaries, and staff members. Management teams. Some documents point to managers allegedly coordinating efforts to influence MengLong's environment and suppress evidence. Business partners. Certain financial backers may have been complicit, possibly motivated by profits, favors, or loyalty to Wu. Witnesses. Individuals close to MengLong were allegedly pressured or bribed to stay silent or mislead investigators. Investigators reportedly uncovered alarming attempts to interfere with justice. Deleted messages. Critical conversations on phones and social apps were wiped shortly after MengLong's death. CCTV tampering. Certain camera feeds near key locations went missing or were overwritten. False testimonies. Some insiders reportedly gave inconsistent accounts, raising suspicion of coercion or payment for silence. One anonymous source described it as a chilling orchestration where power, money, and fear were used to manipulate the events surrounding MengLong's final hours. The public response is nothing short of frenzied. A fan outrage. Millions of fans demand justice, with social media posts calling for Kris Wu's immediate investigation and arrest. A media scrutiny. International outlets are analyzing the leaks, noting the unprecedented transparency of the Beijing police documents. Industry shockwaves. Colleagues in the entertainment world are reportedly in disbelief, with some allegedly cutting ties with Wu. According to insider reports and leaked police documents. Increasing anxiety. Friends and colleagues noticed MengLong becoming anxious and withdrawn in the weeks before his death. Some witnesses described him as looking over his shoulder constantly and avoiding certain associates. Unexpected visits. CCTV footage shows several unidentified individuals entering MengLong's residence and nearby locations late at night, some of whom have now been traced to Kris Wu's network. Warning messages. Texts allegedly sent to MengLong contained cryptic warnings and veiled threats, interpreted by investigators as attempts to intimidate or control him. One anonymous source close to MengLong said, "He wasn't himself. He kept saying things were happening behind the scenes that no one could explain. It was like someone was orchestrating events he couldn't escape." Police leaks reportedly reveal a minute-by-minute timeline of MengLong's final 48 hours. 1. 48 hours before death. MengLong reportedly met with a trusted confidant, discussing financial irregularities and suspicious contacts. 2. 36 hours before death. CCTV footage allegedly shows two individuals, linked to Wu's associates, following MengLong near his favorite cafe. 3. 24 hours before death. Phone records indicate multiple missed calls from unknown numbers, all traced back to accounts associated with Wu's network. 4. 12 hours before death. MengLong is seen leaving his residence for a short walk. Forensic logs suggest someone may have tampered with his phone GPS during this time. 5. Final hours. MengLong reportedly attempted to reach out to friends, sending messages hinting at fear for his safety. These messages were partially deleted but later recovered by authorities. Investigators emphasize that the timing of these interactions aligns disturbingly with financial transactions and communications involving Kris Wu's associates, suggesting coordination rather than coincidence. Leaked evidence also shows repeated interference with MengLong's personal and professional life. Blocked opportunities. Reports indicate that certain acting roles and sponsorships were mysteriously withdrawn, allegedly influenced by Wu's network. Information monitoring. Investigators believe some of MengLong's communications were monitored or intercepted, adding to the theory that he was under surveillance in his final days. Social media pressure. Posts and comments from accounts linked to Wu's circle reportedly attempted to discredit or manipulate public perception of MengLong. These patterns point to an orchestrated effort to control MengLong's actions, movements, and ultimately, his environment. As the timeline emerges, social media and news outlets are exploding with speculation. Global trending. Hashtags like #JusticeForYou MengLong and #KrisWuInvestigation are trending worldwide. Fan theories multiply. Fans are piecing together the timeline, sharing theories that connect the financial transfers, messages, and sightings into a potential narrative of coercion. A celebrity industry in shock. Colleagues of both MengLong and Wu are reportedly distancing themselves, fearing association with potential criminal activity. According to leaked police reports, Beijing authorities analyzed multiple types of forensic data, including digital footprints, physical evidence, and surveillance footage. Key findings include phone forensics. MengLong's recovered devices show deleted messages, altered timestamps, and attempts to erase location data. Experts say these are consistent with third-party tampering. CCTV correlation. Investigators matched footage from multiple cameras near MengLong's residence, workplace, and nearby streets. The patterns suggest coordinated surveillance by individuals connected to Wu. Fingerprint and DNA checks. Some traces found at key locations did not belong to MengLong or his close circle. Authorities are reportedly cross-referencing these with Kris Wu's known associates. Financial forensics. Transfers identified in Part 3 show unusual routing, designed to obfuscate origin and recipient, which forensic accountants believe may have been intended to fund illicit activities or prevent witnesses from speaking out. Analysts and legal experts reviewing the leaked documents are calling this case highly unusual for a celebrity investigation. Some key takeaways. 1. Tampering is clear. Deletion of messages, altered timestamps, and GPS inconsistencies strongly suggest intentional interference with MengLong's records. 2. Coordinated surveillance. CCTV patterns indicate that multiple individuals moved in sync, almost as if they were tracking MengLong in real time. 3. Financial manipulation. Payments through ghost accounts are typical in cases where silencing or controlling individuals is involved. One expert stated, "The combination of digital tampering, financial irregularities, and physical surveillance suggests this wasn't random. It appears planned and deliberate." Leaked police documents reportedly outlined several key connections between Kris Wu and the tragic events surrounding Yu MengLong. Her association through intermediaries. Wu allegedly did not directly approach MengLong, but used a network of managers, staff, and financial intermediaries to influence his environment. Her timing and coordination. The timing of messages, transactions, and suspicious sightings aligns precisely with MengLong's last known movements. Investigators note that the overlap cannot easily be dismissed as coincidence. Her evidence of obstruction. The combination of message deletion, financial maneuvers, and possible witness intimidation is being treated as obstruction of justice, which could carry serious legal consequences. As forensic details emerge, reactions continue to intensify. Fan communities. Millions are analyzing CCTV snippets, financial records, and timelines online, sharing their own interpretations. International media. Outlets like the BBC, CNN, and South China Morning Post have highlighted the forensic aspects, noting that digital and financial evidence could make this one of the most significant celebrity cases in China in decades. Industry fallout. Rumors suggest agencies and brands are reassessing contracts and collaborations, worried about association with Wu's allegedly orchestrated activities. According to leaked police reports and interviews with anonymous insiders. Staff confessions. Several individuals who worked closely with Kris Wu have reportedly admitted to coordinating actions around MengLong's activities, including attempts to track his movements and intercept communications. Pressure tactics. Witnesses claim that some staff members were threatened with job loss, legal action, or financial penalties if they spoke about MengLong's interactions with Wu's circle. Hidden surveillance. Some insiders revealed that private investigators and surveillance equipment were allegedly used to monitor MengLong without his knowledge, raising serious questions about personal safety violations. One source stated, "It was like watching a puppet show. Every move MengLong made was being watched and manipulated. People around him were being told what to say and do." Police leaks suggest that some members of Wu's inner circle are cooperating with investigators. Partial admissions. Certain individuals reportedly admitted to delivering messages, money, and instructions designed to influence MengLong's behavior. Revealing the chain of command. Confessions hint at a hierarchy of control, with Kris Wu at the top, intermediaries in the middle, and staff executing orders on the ground. Evidence suppression. Some insiders allegedly acknowledged deleting messages, tampering with CCTV, or manipulating financial transactions, all potentially to protect Wu or obstruct investigations. Investigators note that while confessions are still partial, they corroborate the timeline, financial trails, and forensic evidence outlined in earlier parts of the leak. Several anonymous insiders reportedly provided critical details. 1. The warning team. A small group allegedly tasked with ensuring MengLong stayed in line and discouraging him from speaking out. 2. Communication interception. Some confessions indicate that calls, texts, and social media messages were intercepted and sometimes altered before reaching MengLong. 3. Money as a tool. Transfers reported in Part 3 were described by insiders as incentives, bribes, or hush money aimed at those closest to MengLong. An insider described the atmosphere as fear and obedience were everywhere. Everyone knew they had to follow instructions or face consequences. It wasn't just business, it was control. The revelations from whistleblowers have caused widespread outrage. Fans demand justice. Social media campaigns are calling for full transparency, accountability, and legal action against Kris Wu and his associates. Our international coverage. News outlets worldwide are highlighting the testimonies, emphasizing that insider confessions often carry significant legal weight in Chinese investigations. Our entertainment industry shock. Colleagues and business partners are reportedly re-evaluating ties with Wu, fearing the implications of association with a network accused of intimidation and obstruction. Legal analysts examining the leaked police documents suggest that Kris Wu and his associates could face multiple criminal charges, including 1. Obstruction of justice, evidence tampering, message deletion, and interference with CCTV footage could qualify as obstruction, a serious offense with potential prison sentences. 2. Coercion or intimidation. Insider testimonies suggest that key witnesses and MengLong's inner circle may have been threatened or bribed, which can be legally categorized as coercion. 3. Accessory or conspiracy. Even if Wu did not directly cause MengLong's death, orchestrating a network to manipulate his environment could be interpreted as criminal conspiracy. 4. Financial crimes. The use of ghost accounts and suspicious financial transfers may trigger investigations into money laundering or illegal fund transfers. Legal experts note that this combination of charges, if proven, could lead to long-term imprisonment and permanent damage to Wu's career. Police documents suggest that managers, staff, and intermediaries involved in the network could also face serious legal consequences. Direct participants, individuals who allegedly delivered instructions, monitored MengLong, or deleted critical evidence could be prosecuted as co-conspirators. Financial enablers. Those who handled suspicious transactions may be charged with aiding in criminal activity or financial misconduct. Witness intimidators. Any associates who allegedly threatened or bribed witnesses could face criminal liability for coercion or obstruction of justice. Analysts warn that the legal net may widen as investigators uncover more evidence. Some insiders reportedly expressed fear that confessions could implicate more high-profile figures. The scandal's implications go beyond individual liability. It threatens to reshape the industry's structure and oversight. 1. Agency and management scrutiny. Talent agencies are reportedly reviewing contracts, management practices, and oversight policies, fearing public backlash and legal consequences. 2. Brand and sponsorship fallout. Brands associated with Kris Wu may reconsider campaigns or endorsements, worried about reputational damage. 3. Industry ethics debate. The case has sparked a nationwide discussion on power dynamics, celebrity influence, and the protection of rising stars, highlighting systemic vulnerabilities. Some insiders believe this could lead to tighter regulations, mandatory oversight of celebrity contracts, and stricter reporting requirements to prevent future incidents. The public outcry has only intensified as details of the scandal emerge. A social media uproar. Millions of fans are sharing timelines, analyzing leaked messages, and calling for full accountability from Kris Wu and his associates. International attention. Media outlets worldwide are covering the story, emphasizing the potential consequences for Wu, his network, and the broader industry. Legal pressure. Citizens and online communities are reportedly petitioning authorities to pursue charges aggressively, leaving no room for leniency. Leaked reports indicate that Chinese authorities are taking unprecedented steps to investigate the case thoroughly. A high-level oversight. Senior law enforcement officials are reportedly directly monitoring the investigation, given its complexity and the involvement of high-profile figures. Cross-agency collaboration. Police, financial regulators, and digital forensics units are working together to trace communications, financial transactions, and digital tampering. A potential expedited legal action. Sources suggest that authorities may fast-track charges to avoid public mistrust or prolonged speculation, signaling serious intent to hold perpetrators accountable. Officials have not released a formal statement yet, but analysts believe this level of scrutiny is rare and signals the severity of the case. Based on the evidence and insider testimonies released so far, experts predict several possible scenarios. 1. Criminal conviction for Kris Wu. Obstruction of justice, coercion, and conspiracy charges could lead to multiple years in prison if proven. 2. Conviction of associates. Managers, intermediaries, and staff involved in surveillance or bribery could face serious prison sentences, potentially up to a decade depending on severity. 3. Financial penalties. Money laundering or illegal financial activity could result in heavy fines, asset seizure, or restitution payments to victims or witnesses. 4. Civil litigation. MengLong's family may pursue civil suits for wrongful death, emotional distress, and damages, creating additional legal pressure on Wu and his network. Legal analysts note that this combination of criminal and civil proceedings could set a precedent for future celebrity cases in China. The scandal has already begun reshaping the Chinese entertainment landscape. Are talent agencies under scrutiny? Agencies may face increased government oversight and be required to implement stricter internal controls to protect talent. Are brand reputations at risk? Companies previously endorsing Kris Wu may distance themselves, impacting marketing campaigns and sponsorships. Are ethics and power reform. Discussions around celebrity influence, management accountability, and industry ethics are gaining traction, signaling possible systemic changes. The public response continues to escalate. Are social media movements. Fans are demanding transparency and justice, organizing online campaigns with hashtags like #JusticeForYuMengLong and #KrisWuInvestigation. Are international coverage. Global media outlets, including the BBC, CNN, and South China Morning Post, are reporting on the investigation, highlighting its potential international implications. Are fan and industry pressure. Celebrities, influencers, and agencies are publicly distancing themselves, increasing pressure on authorities to ensure accountability. Analysts say this case could become a benchmark for celebrity accountability in China, demonstrating that even high-profile stars can be investigated when evidence is compelling. While much of the evidence is now public, official legal proceedings are expected to unfold in the coming months. Our authorities may file charges against Kris Wu and key associates based on forensic, financial, and testimonial evidence. Our investigators will likely continue tracing financial networks, digital evidence, and witness testimonies to ensure no stone is left unturned. The case may inspire broader regulatory reforms in the entertainment industry, aiming to protect talent and ensure ethical oversight. The tragic death of Yu MengLong, once shrouded in mystery, is now the focus of a high-stakes investigation that may change the face of the Chinese entertainment industry forever. From leaked messages to CCTV evidence, financial trails, and insider confessions, the story connecting Kris Wu to Yu MengLong's death has shaken fans, industry insiders, and authorities worldwide. The coming months will be critical in determining justice for MengLong, accountability for Wu and his associates, and the lasting impact on the industry that nurtured both stars.